Hello, you are listening to Just Films and That. This is the podcast where we celebrate films we think deserve a little bit more love, whether they're underrated or underseen. We're going to talk about them. I'm the host, Josh Hallam. I'm joined, as ever, by my wonderful co-host, Jamie Allen. Jamie, how are you doing?
Get over here! I'm good.
Whoopsie! That's not in the film, but it's in the game.
That's a spoiler.
Yeah.
Well, I guess if you're listening to this, you already know what the episode's about. But
Yeah. Not the film Mortal Kombat.
I'm good, yeah. MK.
Yeah.
Middle kids.
Mortal Kombat Dons is what we're going to call ourselves.
Get around this roundabout.
Yes, so as we've already sort of alluded to there, if you didn't get that hint, slash massive hint, it is Mortal Kombat this week from 1995. So not the more recent one from 2021. It's the one from 1995. I've picked this one. Jamie, have you seen this one before?
Oh, yeah. This is a... rented it as soon as it came out.
It's an Allen classic.
I remember watching this, and as soon as it finished and that music plays, I started play fighting with my brother, and I think one of us must have broke something to that techno music. It was like, oh, can't wait till I discover drugs so I can dance to this properly. I'm joking. That's a joke. But yeah, no, this is like very early on, and perfect. I think perfect for me because I must have been about 11 or.
Yeah. So 95 it came out.
Yeah. So I'm 86. So yeah, I would have been 9. Yeah. I was born 86.
Yeah. God, you're looking well for 86.
So yeah, probably 10 when it's out on VHS. Perfect.
Yeah.
This is a 10-year-old boy's dream, isn't it?
Absolutely. I mean, yeah, I didn't watch this when it came out, but like you say, I probably watched it when it was on telly or rented it on DVD. Well, video. We're renting it on video, kids. But rented it on video, and I HD. Remember them? I rented it, on video, and absolutely loved it. I mean, I wasn't a massive player of the games, but I did play the games and stuff like that, but not like religiously or anything like that. But I love the first one. I don't think I'd bring myself to subject you to this. I even quite liked the second one when I was 11.
No, at that age, I knew Annihilation was just awful.
Was just dog shit.
Yeah.
But anyway, we're not talking about Annihilation.
No, we're talking about
the original Mortal Kombat from 1995. So yeah, I've picked this one. In terms of what it's about, essentially, if you've not played the Mortal Kombat games, once a generation or something like that, there's a tournament where Earth's mightiest warriors all fight, and whoever wins eternal glory. And they've all sort of got different styles and superpowers, and there's different realms and things like that. We follow 3 characters, which is Liu Kang, Sonya Blade, and Johnny Cage, who are pretty much the 3 most popular or most known characters from the game, along with Raiden and Shang Tsung, the villain. And it pretty much just follows the structure of the game, doesn't it? Really, in terms of them going through different action levels and fighting to try and survive and beat the villain, Shang Tsung. Why did I pick this one, Jamie? Why? Why did I pick this one?
So I get so panicked sometimes. I was like, if you're watching this on we're on YouTube now, aren't we?
We are on YouTube.
If you're watching this on YouTube, you'll notice that I've got a cast on, and I was really dreading that you're going to subject me to Dr. Dolittle or something just terrible that I couldn't. And I was so happy when you picked this because it's great. It is a great film, and that's why you picked it because I needed this.
Yeah, I knew you needed it. When you say Dr. Dolittle, do you mean the Robert Downey Jr. one with the bagpipes at the dragon's arse? Or
I mean the director's cut where there's 2 sets of bagpipes. I picked it. I mean, for 2 reasons. The main reason is this is pretty poorly received, right? And I do not think. Look, it is shit-tastic, is what it is. But we'll get into that. But I think it's better than the score suggests. The second reason is a little bit like Batman Forever. It's 30 this year, and I just thought it's a good time to pick it. It's 30 years old this year. So, yes, that's why I picked it. Let's get into it then. So, I've seen it before, you've seen it before. If you've not listened to the podcast before, we always do the likes and then the dislikes, and then we'll have a little look at the critical reception and decide, is it what the person who picked it said it was, which is in this case is underrated. Jamie, take it away. What do you like about Mortal Kombat? Is it all of the fighting and the music? Well, you touched on it that in terms of a lot of criticism for video game movies is that they kind of just take the premise lightly and run with it. That's people don't like the Street Fighter movie because they've added all this huge lore. This is just Mortal Kombat. It's they've it's down to a T.
there's the Outworld, and if they win 10 in a row, they take over the world, which, right now would probably be a good day for us. But, and you have all these champions, and for some reason in every iteration, Raiden just doesn't tell them about it until like 2 days before. He's like, "Oh, by the way, you should have been training your whole life for this," but that's all me. But yeah, then they have a fight, and either the day is saved or the Emperor cheats. But at the end, but I like that they've stuck to that. As I said, it is perfect for this is 13-year-old boys wet dream. It's just people fighting with techno music, great. And I think the casting mostly is fantastic in this. Christopher Lambert is having so much fun in this.
He's just having a great time. He loves saying "I don't think so" quite a lot.
Yeah, it's the Judge Dredd. I knew you'd say that with like, this will catch on. This is great. Yeah. But there's a bit in this that I really laughed at where he's just watching a fight, and I think it's at the Goro fight, but he's next to like one of them random henchmen, and he's got like a turban on, and something good happens, and he just slaps him in the arm. He goes, "That's good," and then he's like,
"Yeah, he's just,
sorry,
yes," and then he goes, "Oh, sorry." No, I agree. So I do think it's really well cast. Okay, so some of the acting might not be the strongest, but they all look like the characters, and I think the characterization of the characters, say for a few bits that we'll get onto later, is pretty solid.
Yeah, and Johnny Cage, prick from Hollywood. Liu Kang, absolute dullard who takes things too seriously. Sonya, she's a cop who's after something.
Angry.
Yeah. Jax, we can't afford the arms, so you stay behind.
Yeah, you're there.
Jax is there. Bye. But yeah.
Scorpion, Reptile, Sub-Zero, probably the same guy.
Yeah. And also how quickly they get the lore out. When they're like, this is Scorpion and Sub-Zero. They hate each other, but they're my slaves. Boom. Okay, let's go.
That's it. But it is literally, they just go, they hate each other, except now, but that's fine.
Yeah. they made up. You didn't see that, but they're And I've got a list, right? There's a list of things you need to have in a Mortal Kombat film. Scorpion has to say, "Get over it." Sub-Zero has to freeze something. Johnny Cage is a bit of a dick. Someone says flawless victory. You go, and even lose the scissor kick. I don't know. Is it called a dragon? It's normally called dragon.
Yeah,
something,
the one where he sort of jumps up and goes like pats his feet loads of times. Yeah.
How you doing?
You know what I mean?
And even there's like the flame punch as well, which is all stuff that I love seeing. There's only one thing that we'll get to in dislikes that they didn't tick off on the list. But this feels like someone has actually sat down and played the games and went, okay, what do people love from these games? We're putting that in.
So I've got a bit of a swing with this one, which could be a bit of a big swing. I actually think this could be the first good video game adaptation.
Oh, wait.
Because I can't think, the only thing I can think that came before it is Mario Brothers,
which is great,
and which is fantastic. I don't know why. No,
which is so Season bad. Season 5 of this, we're getting up to Mario Brothers,
which is so bad. The studio actually pretends that they didn't make it.
Yeah, I mean that is up on YouTube for free.
I know. I can't remember if Street Fighter is after this, and whilst I have seen Street Fighter, it's not one that really this imprinted on me, whereas Street Fighter really didn't. I think everyone's got their one, whether it was Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat, or Tekken, and Mortal Kombat was mine. So I think this is why this one imprinted on me more. But I think this is the first good video game adaptation.
Yeah, it's funny because you can kind of weave in and out of how loyal are you to the game versus, what does that mean? Because I was never a massive Mortal Kombat player. I played it, but it meant that I always took the films just on the kind of how it was anyway, which I'm a big fan of the 2021 version. And people moan about how they've made changes to the lore, and I was like, that actually makes sense though in a modern movie. You would just show up to a fighting tournament and be like, oh, that guy's got like wings and 4 arms, but I'm happy to just fight him. Mate, I've been doing a bit of cardio.
I just basically I'm an enthusiast, so we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, so I really like, and I hope I've got his name right. Kari Hiroyuki Tagawashi.
Shang Tsung.
Yes, the guy who plays Shang Tsung. Oh my god, he's eating up so much scenery in such a great way.
He's loving it. He is absolutely loving it.
I think the Your Soul Is Mine, he came up with it and then they put it into the game.
So, and he has played the character in the games, hasn't he? He's played the character it's become one of those parts like that's interchangeable between whether the actor's the character, like almost like the way that it's become with Nick Fury, with Samuel L. Jackson and things like that. Like who's the influence and who's the imitator?
Yeah, 'cause everybody seems to know what film they're in, which I like. They're all like, we're in a video game movie. And they're acting accordingly. But I think all of this, it's like I was saying it before, just a lot of the time they'll say flawless victory where actually someone else has got a hit up, but you're like, no, it's okay because it's in the game and they're coming.
It doesn't matter. It just means that he won.
Someone in the crowd should have been like, actually, he got a punch on him, so that wasn't that flawless.
Actually, it's actually when you don't get hit at all, and that's a flawless victory, whereas he punched him in the face at one point.
I wouldn't say that to a guy who can suck his solo.
No.
Your soul is mine. No, sorry.
How did you end up here? I was really pedantic about flawless victory. What do you think about the fight scenes then? Because I think the action scenes in this are great. I think there's good set pieces. I think the choreography is great. I think I really like the escalation in terms of there are bits where they move from one bit to another, and it's like the game when you move from one level to another.
I think it's mixed, the choreography. There are bits. I mean, there's some bit there's a bit where Liu Kang. I think we all know that he just jumps over a rock in slow motion for some reason. Do you recall that where?
Yes.
He just does a spin, but it's because he's getting over a rock. He didn't need to do that. And now that looks stupid, and you look stupid. But yeah, I like it all. I like a lot of the martial arts, and I like the way it's shot. And I think the best is probably the Johnny versus Scorpion fight, which, as you say, it goes from the forest, which nowadays it is nice to see. Like, oh, this is a real forest.
yeah. This is a real place.
Yeah,
not,
and
not
then
a projection screen.
And then they go into the real set. Yeah, but then again, some of the martial arts, like there were some spin kicks in it, but there was some. I don't know what that kick is even called. Where you're down a drop kick.
Yeah,
and it's done with the speed of like if you can't reach a battery under the couch, and you're like, oh, my arm's not long enough, so I'll just use my leg to kind of try and. But apart from when I was a kid, I thought it was all great, and you can see it, and this is pre-taken, so it's not 16 cuts. I did do a bit of looking into the film where how they made it, and apparently it's Paul W.S. Anderson, isn't it? No,
yeah, the Resident Evil guy. People know that.
Yeah, he was like, I want to take the martial arts from Asia and bring it over and have like actual like good filmmaking, but he didn't know that when you're shooting a martial arts scene, you need to be doing it bit by bit because everyone gets exhausted. So he was just shooting the fights from start to finish. And the stomach had to be like, tired. Man, I'm knackered. Could you stop this? What did you like about it?
Yeah, so I think overall we've touched on a lot of it there. I do like that it's really shit-tastic. Like it does almost fall into the camp of so bad it's good, like really melodramatic, over the top acting. Like some of it's good with the Shang Tsung stuff, and some of it's like, what is going on here? Why did the director not have another go at that one or whatever? I do think most of the action scenes are pretty good, like you said. I think it's really well cast. I think the chemistry between the three main leads, considering they sort of go from not knowing each other to like being the best friends in the world, I think it sort of works quite well in that instance. I do think the characterization of them in terms of as an adaptation is pretty good. There are some issues which I'm sure we'll come on to. Based on playing the games, I do think it seems to get in there a lot of like recognizable levels and moves and catchphrases and things like that. Like a lot of it looks like a mixture between the game and a music video in terms of like smoky, foggy sets for no reason and things like you can almost see the fact that it's a film set in places. There's elements where it's like that's not a real place, but obviously it's so fantastical it doesn't really matter. It really reminded me of
there's not a toilet off to the left of any of these chambers, is there?
no, nothing like that. It reminded me of like things like late 80s, early 90s Paul Verhoeven films, Total Recall or RoboCop or things like that, in that they bring that B-movie feel into it, but it works.
This has got to be the first time anyone has compared Mortal Kombat to RoboCop. That was a classic. Yeah. This was a satire on, the fragility of men's egos via Mortal Kombat.
how Goro's got 8 arms and his balls are still in the same place as a normal guy.
I mean, the Goro, I was impressed with the animatronics of Goro.
Yeah, is it an animatronic or like a puppet? Because it was the only bit of effects I thought still held up, really.
Yeah, it's a puppet. I think it's like 8 or 16 guys who are, or maybe ladies who are
puppeteers.
Puppeteers, yeah. It's non-gender specific puppeteers. But yeah, I think they do it quite well, and they make the threat of Goro quite well. R.I.P. Art, one of the most important characters in popular fiction.
Oh, I mean, we'll come on to that in terms of that. Who was that?
No, not Art.
Oh, no, not. I had to Google who that was when we were watching it. Before we move on to dislikes, is there anything else from you, or is it just a smash hit that's amazing?
Yeah, no, it's feel good. Like you touched on that, the chemistry is good. It has that Three Buddies on an adventure vibe. I think they do really well to have, like, it kind of references that Temple of Doom shot of the three of them looking over the conversation between Goro and Kano, where you're like, oh, these are, 3 people having fun. Well, not having fun because their mate Art died, but yeah.
Not Art, man.
Tonally,
you have to kill Art.
Tonally, it's all a singular tone as well. They don't try and go too deep. Apart from there's just one bit where it's like backlit in shadow, and Johnny's like, I can't let you guys die on this. And like, hang on, where does this come from?
Well, he just met me.
Yeah. I'm not sexually, so I can't let you die. But apart from that, this is one that probably, even if you hadn't put it on the list, I would have rewatched this year anyway.
Yeah. And then you'd obviously up for doing the second one as well.
I think I'm busy that week, actually.
Okay, we'll move on to talking about the dislikes then. I don't think there's gonna be many, but I think we're gonna have to talk about this script, aren't we?
Yeah, I mean, there's some really, really dumb choices that are made in this.
Yes.
I've always had an issue with the whole, like, have it that Raiden couldn't find them, or it was hard to locate them, but not just oh yeah, I should have told you about this, but you're chosen to represent the world.
So is it meant to be that no matter how, so they were chosen from birth, so if they'd have ended up,
well, that's the thing, it's not that clear, is it? Because it's not even Raiden getting them. For some reason, Shang Tsung is like, I want you in the... Why is Shang Tsung going around recruiting them?
That's what I mean. So this is what I mean. The script is full of plot holes. And I've seen this film a lot, not for a long time, but when I was a kid. And I still do not know why. Well, I have an idea of why I know, but I do not know why Shang Tsung got such a hard on for Sonya.
Yeah, this is like if Arteta was going to Man U players and be like, I want you to play this year for Man U.
Yeah.
And think, why are you recruiting on the other side?
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. Yeah, so I do not know why they want Sonya so much. There's a lot of plot holes in it, and that's one of them. Is it does a good job of adapting it. It almost like puts so much thought into adapting it literally in terms of the moves and the levels and the colors and the characters and the signature, that it forgets to be like, oh, these are the rules of the tournament.
Yeah, I mean,
because it seems to be you can just challenge people. Like at one point he's like, I'll fight you, and then Liu Kang's like, nah, I'll do it.
Yeah, I don't want to do it.
It never explains. It never explains why it's like, so why does he, if he challenges him, why do you get to go? No, I'm doing it. Like, I think it's not like taking a penalty. Like the captain's like, no, I'll take the penalty.
Well, I think that was what Sonya learned, is you could be challenged, but you can refuse. Like, you can challenge someone for the next fight. Be like, is there not some guy with like a chalkboard who's working out like the semis who's like, oh, that's gonna fuck up my
like a World Cup wall shot?
Yeah, he's like, well, I've already booked like the Bone Arena for the next fight, and we're here now. Yeah. We can do it on the beach again, but I feel like we're doing a lot of beach.
Where's my next one? Oh, the forest! Fucking hell, again.
Goro, are you gonna
to the forest?
Goro's gonna fight someone on Brighton Pebble Beach again. He's took out 15 people, all in like dojo outfits.
Yeah. Goro's here appears to be able to challenge anyone later on in the tournament rather than at the beginning. Yeah, doesn't fight any of the anonymous people.
Shang Tsung's like, we should bring Goro out now. It's like, when you're at the start, dickhead.
Yeah. And then the rules are just so clear. Can Shang Tsung fight? Yeah, if he wants.
Yeah.
What do you mean if he wants? Like what? So who wins?
So there are a lot of Raiden hasn't got any power here, and they're probably going to try and kill you in your sleep. well, why don't you just stick around with the fucking off?
Yeah, he's got superpowers. You've got superpowers. Why aren't you helping us?
But there was a couple of dumb decisions that I was like, you didn't need to make this stupid. Like, so Sonya throws away a radio because she's like, this isn't working. And you're like, that's a shortwave radio, and you've been on a boat all night.
Yeah.
Do you think Jax was like in a canoe behind you?
Yeah.
Keep it. Don't just throw it away. There's a bit that maybe it was though for a joke, but then they're trying to find Kitana and they're walking through cobwebs, and Johnny's like, she went this way. You're like, well, if she went that way, there wouldn't be all those cobwebs, was there?
And then is that when one of them goes, I can smell her perfume? And you're like, what? What a weird thing to say.
I don't think she's got perfume. She's like a weird slave.
She's from another realm.
Yeah.
How much? And she's like 10,000 years old. Like, what perfume is she wearing?
The blood of enemies that she's vanquished.
There's a lot of so that So there's a lot of exposition around what the actual rules of the tournament are, and I don't mean like I don't want a big exposition drop. Just like what are the rules? Like what are the I almost like what are the rounds? How do you progress? How do they not end up fighting each other? Like that.
Yeah,
sort
well, I
of
think
thing.
you represent Earth or you represent Outer Worlds, but then why is Kano allowed to fight for Outer Worlds? It feels like a weird, because it should be you're human, and that's why they fight like these weird ones, and maybe they can be humanoid, but then sometimes it's just like a guy who's on Shang Tsung's island who is like, Greg, can you go fight him in this? We're gonna do a stick fight.
There is the odd bit where they're like just fighting a regular guy.
Yeah,
and it's like right, okay,
it should come up on the top. Regular guy.
Yeah. Normal, highly trained guy.
Andrew from HR.
Yeah. Like there's the guy with he fights like a guy with dreadlocks on the beach. He's no one. Who's that?
Yeah, and it's Mortal Kombat, so you'd think like, oh, so they have to kill each other. But then, Liu just has like, it's like a sparring session with Kitana, and Shang Tsung all of a sudden is like, all right, that'll do. Go on.
That's enough. Off you go.
It's getting on, isn't it?
I'm bored of this.
I've got a hog roast on.
He would have a hog roast, Shang Tsung, wouldn't he?
Yeah.
He'd have a pig rotated applesauce baguette.
I quite like the idea that like they've been fighting all day, but then communally they're all like, "Oh, can you pass the what? It's got to be like red wine in a stone cup." But
yeah,
it's like, Sub-Zero, do you mind? Could you pass that? He's like, "Yeah, sorry, mate. There you go.
Can you pass those grapes? Oh, cheers.
Oh, you
fought really well today. I
Oh,
thought.
my back.
Yeah, you did really well. Oh. But yeah, there are plot holes like that. But also things like we said before, who is Art? I'd completely forgotten that bit. Who's Art? Why is his death so significant? There are some real issues with dialogue and character, motivation. So we touched on it before. The characterization is largely good, but Sonya, they just give up. It starts, she's angry, but she's competent and she's really good at fighting. And then she has like I think it's maybe one or two fights, and then they're like, and now she's a damsel in distress.
Yeah, they kind of go, oh God, no, Shang Tsung can't fight Sonya because she'll lose because she's a woman. It needs to be Liu.
Yeah, it needs to be Liu because of his dead brother or something.
I mean, she already proved that she could kill someone with her calves. The power of her thighs, no, calves. You can't break someone's neck with your calves. But yeah,
only Sonya and Jack Grealish could.
I kind of get it because it's like that is her thing. Is her issue that Raiden says is you go in headstrong and you need to ask for help. But yeah, when Liu shows up at the end and he's like, "It's me, I'm going to fight Shang Tsung," Sonya and John just piss off. Because
they're just like, yeah,
you go this way.
Yeah, you get him, mate.
He's gonna cheat. He'll have like 5 different souls come out.
Yeah.
Oh, that is an improvement I thought that they could have made is when he sends, there's like a ninja warrior to come out and a samurai.
Yeah.
One of those should have been Art because it should be people that Liu knows who are now,
yeah, or
slaves.
his brother.
Yeah. Haven't fight his brother.
Instead of what essentially looks like a museum of warriors through the ages.
Yeah, like they just went to like Chester Museum and went, oh, that's good. Yeah,
Samurai one.
Yeah. There's a farmer one.
Yeah. Civil War one.
There's been a telephone repairman, a cowboy.
Then the only other thing from me is the Goro puppetry and the animatronics, I think, looks pretty good. But other than that, some of the effects, and I'm all for, things age badly, but some of the effects, oh my God. Scorpion's hand thing in the forest fight. And I don't know if I know sometimes it looked better when it came out, and obviously tellies haven't been kind to it as they've got better. And then, because I don't remember it being that bad when I watched it back in the day. I don't remember thinking it was good, but I don't remember thinking it was as bad as it looked when I watched it for this.
I'm fine with Scorpion's hand thing. It's more Reptile. Reptile looks like
the
looks
little
like N64. It looks awful, Reptile.
Yeah, some of the effects look really bad. But apart from the massive script issues and the effects, that's pretty much it for me. Is there anything from you, or have we covered it all?
No, I mean, the one that I mentioned before, there's a list of things that you have to hit, and it hits most of it. But the thing that Mortal Kombat is famous for is these very violent kills. And this is a PG-13, and it is quite bloodless. Like, when you're a kid, you don't realize it. But, there's no blood in this, apart from the Scorpion's orange blood that they get away with. But, yeah, it's missing a bit of bite, isn't it?
Yeah, there's no someone ripping their whole skeleton out their body or anything like that.
Yeah, I want to see a spine, just waving in the air.
See, there are basically no fatalities, aren't there? So I haven't seen the 2021 one. Are there proper fatalities in that?
Oh yeah, I mean they really go for it in the 2021 one. Maybe not next week, but I'd be glad to cover that one on this.
Oh yeah,
years.
We'll definitely cover that. Is art in that one? I'm really interested if art's in it.
So they're saving art for the next one. It's called the Book of Art.
Mortal Kombat 2. Who's art?
As I was watching that, I did wonder, do you think they wrote that for Jax and then realized they couldn't realistically do the arms?
Dude, yeah, I did, because Jax is in it, isn't he? But only really in the background at the start when Sonya's there. Does she even call him Jax, or is it just
she does call
one
him
of those
Jax,
where you're because he's in the sequel?
Yeah, I mean they do it really well in 2021, explaining Jax,
right?
And he has more agency than this. But yeah, it's in that it's just well, we don't want to give you metal arms, so you're going to stay here. Bye.
So you've just got arms, but you don't get to cope.
And then in the sequel, his metal arms are just as if, do you know when you go do a marathon and they put that tinfoil over you? It's like that.
The second one. We're not doing the second one, but it just looks like a fancy dress costume.
Yeah, I mean, do you know what? We can put that in so that this isn't the second one. And if you people who rip this and say that it's it's a bad film, watch Annihilation to see how actually a bad Mortal Kombat film looks, because this looks great. The sets are great. I guess maybe for the dislikes, it would be this ends on a cliffhanger and they really shit the bed on what it goes into.
Okay, so we'll move on to talking about the critical reception then. So just to remind everyone how we do the scores, we get the IMDb, the Rotten Tomatoes audience, Rotten Tomatoes critics, and then we work out the average as a percentage or as an out of 10 or whatever. And to remind you why I picked it, I think this is underrated. I don't think it's necessarily underseen. It did pretty well, relatively speaking, at the box office when it came out. I'd say it's probably going to get lost to time because it's already been remade, and that'll probably be remade again, and the whole thing will just rumble on and on. But the main reason I picked it is because it's underrated. So I've said there that the scores are bad. But how bad do you think they are?
I mean, this is going to be a first in that I already agree with you no matter what it comes out. The critics didn't understand this. And I think it's going to be like the free 30%, I reckon. It's because it's also back then in the 90s. I feel like reviewers now kind of give more this is schlocky, but it's doing what it's meant to do. So they give films like that a bit more leeway. But back then it would have been oh well, this is awful and it's a video game.
This is rubbish, yeah.
And so I reckon it's going to be there's going to be some 2 and 1 stars and.
Ooh, okay. Well, so it's not that bad. It's not that bad. So you've really made it look not as bad now, Jamie. So thanks for that.
This film's shit.
Yeah. No, so at the time of recording, over on IMDb, it gets 5.8 out of 10. Over on Rotten Tomatoes, the audience give it exactly the same. They give it 58%. And the critics score, and this is why I picked it really, is 47%. So it averages out at 54%, or just over 5 out of 10 if you prefer. Look, it's flawed. It's a lot. Nostalgia's doing a lot of heavy lifting for both of us. I think it's shit-tastic, but it's not 54% bad. I think it's a solid. even if you were to say it's a 6 out of 10 film, I think it's solid.
Yeah, 6.5. I'd give it.
Yeah.
Because it does what it says on the. It does make you laugh as well.
Yeah,
There's some good stuff in it.
there's some great jokes with Johnny particularly.
As a kid, I thought the idea of beating Goro by punching him in the balls, that's great.
Yeah, people getting punched in the nuts is funny.
Yeah, and people, he's got a lot of suitcases. They do it 3 times. It's great.
Yeah, he's arrogant but also good at fighting.
Yeah, and he wears sunglasses. No, I do. No matter if you'd have said this is at 80%, I'd be like, that's underrated. It's
Well, so there we go. Then we're saying underrated.
yeah, underrated.
Yes. Okay, there we go. Another one in the bag. Mortal Kombat from 1995 is underrated. So pretty made up with that one. So yeah, thank you very much for listening. We'll be back next week. In the meantime, if you'd like to get in touch with us, it's filmsandthatpod@gmail.com. We're on all the social medias. If you just search for Just Films and That on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, or YouTube, then you'll find us. We're always putting stuff out there. We're trying to put a little bit more up on YouTube and TikTok as well. So do give us a follow over there. We're on Letterboxd as well. So if you head down into the episode description, you'll see the Letterboxd. There's loads of lists on there about what I'm watching, what we've covered in the past, what our guests have chosen, things like that. So do give us a follow on there. We're looking to do more of your listener suggestions as well. So if you've got a film you think deserves more love, then drop us an email or a DM or whatever to suggest a film that you think deserves more love. Tell us a little bit about yourself and why you think we should do that film. If you want to do that by leaving us a rating or review, that would be amazing, because they'll take priority, but B, it helps people find us as well. If you're looking for other film content as well, if this isn't enough for you, if you want more film content, then Jamie's got a podcast as well, the link to which will be in the episode description. It's the best movie too. So for example, what's the best movie to watch if your friend Art's just been killed in a generational martial arts tournament? It's probably Mortal Kombat from 1995, isn't it, Jamie?
Yeah, and also you forgot to mention we'll also be accepting offers for Mortal Kombat now.
Yeah.
So we'll just come out and fight you no matter where you are.
Yeah, and that's ultimately how Jamie broke his wrist, was by training for Mortal Kombat, if he's ever invited. We'll be back next week. Thank you very much for listening. We really appreciate it. Goodbye from me. Cheerio.
Bye.